Welcome to Robins TV Extra Time, where Bristol City have beaten Southampton 3-1 in this Sky Bet Championship game, and deservedly so. With me to go over all the incidents is ex-Bristol City midfield player Gary Owers. Really good to see you, Gary. What do you make of that?
Thoroughly enjoyed it. Great scenes at the end. Bit of a slow start. Little bit of concern, I think, after the opening 15 minutes, but they settled down, held the nerve, and really strong performance in the second half was excellent.
Well, let's look at the stats surrounding the game. And no surprise that Southampton 67% possession. I mean, they had 80% possession in the first 15 minutes of the game, where there was concern, but didn't do anything with it. I'm a little bit surprised in terms of the expected goals, that they apparently created better quality chances with City with 1.84 expected goals, City 1.49. Shots on target as well. I mean, I think City were a little bit unfortunate. Had a couple of shots where it hit out the post, and obviously Mehmeti's had a couple that went flying past the post. And that's interesting. You know, City 52 duels, 1 to Southampton's 51. So you know, it all looked even, but I just thought City would look more threatening, certainly in the second half.
They did. They carried a threat in the second half, and they were clinical. I mean, we had a discussion about the stats, and the big one that catches your eye is possession, isn't it? 67% possession. That's a big figure. That's massive. But it just shows you how organised City have been behind the ball, and they've picked Southampton off at the right time when the opportunities have come. They've taken them.
Absolutely, and you know, when they get the ball, Gerrard wants them to play forward quickly. And talking about, you know, quickly, what they didn't do was start quickly. I thought they started really slowly, which allowed Southampton to dictate the game, Gary.
They did. It was a bit of a worry. I think we sat here and watching City barely get out of their own half in the first 15 minutes and not helping the cause. You see there that they've got possession, and it's a loose throw in, trying to play out from the back, and Rob Dickie doesn't have a picture of what's ahead of him.
No, exactly, and they cause their own problems. You know, you've got a set piece, you've got a goal kick, you've got throw-ins, and it just allowed Southampton to just stay in there in Bristol City's half the pitch and dictate the play where they wanted. But they did take advantage of that start, Southampton. But there was a warning before. You know, we know Armstrong, we know what quality player he is, and they had a warning before he got his goal.
Yeah, top quality. I mean, similar. He's inside right, isn't he? He's coming in off the line. He's trying to get in between the defenders. Look at that great touch across Rob Atkinson and a strike on target. And at that point, you think, you know, Rob Atkinson and Neto might be having a little discussion about the distances between them. And sure enough, they didn't heed that warning, and they were punished moments later.
Absolutely. I mean, it's fortunately because Archer was inside there, we could have just slipped it into him for a tapping. We're pleased he took the shot. We weren't so pleased he took the shot on this occasion. Almost identical, but more narrow, closer to goal. And that was the difference, and a couple of fantastic shots. But that finish is just world class, isn't it?
It's a class finish to get in there, and you ask yourself, I mean, that is a slide rule pass. It's going to split most defences. Let's give him a little bit of credit.
Can we just stop it there, Baddy? Can we just stop it there? And just see, what can Neto Borges do?
Well,
because I mean, I think he can go a couple of yards in, because the guy in the wide area, he should be encouraging the ball to go to this wide guy.
100%. So he should be. You can see he's 2 yards ahead of the three central defenders. Maybe he gets on the same line as them, and maybe he's 2 yards inside, and he destroys that angle where Adam Armstrong has ran on the outside of Rob Atkinson, and he intercepts that pass. Like you said, the man wide, you really want to force that pass wide. Yeah. He's no danger. As it happens, defence split and pass, and between Rob Atkinson and Neto, that they can't quite intercept.
No, it's a great pass. You have to give him Charles credit, and as I said, the finish was absolutely outstanding. And at this moment, I think ourselves and everybody at Ashton Gate were really concerned that Southampton were going to go on and score more, because they looked super confident. They looked like they were at the top of their game. But we found a moment. You know, that's what football's all about. It's about moments. And Rob Dickie instigated, and Mehmeti finished it off.
Yeah, man, we're talking about playing out from the back. Here's Rob Dickie under pressure. It's a lovely little turn away from pressure. He looks forward. He's looking for that forward pass, and he gets a little stroke of luck. It's a mistake by the defender, but once Mehmeti gets in there, he's still got a lot to do. But that is a quality controlled finish in the bottom corner. The keeper's got no chance.
And I love this finish from Anis Mehmeti. because as a forward, you have to adjust. He's made the run. He's onside anyway. If that ball goes through cleanly, he's onside. But he's got to adjust now, and he knows he's got to slide. He's just assessing what's around him, and now he knew as soon as the ball bounced, he would have to take it early. So now he can adjust his body. And I'm trying to look at his foot. I think this is actually a really strong side foot.
It is. It is. We look at that is brilliant technique, and you're quite right to spot that. But I love it in slow motion when you see he checks one shoulder to see where the defender is. He checks the goalkeeper's position. Now he's concentrating on the flight of the ball and the bounce of the ball, and he gets it absolutely perfect timing and strokes it past the keeper.
Absolutely. I think the keeper we've had at VTech, he's been brilliant, and I think he had as much to do tonight as normal, to be honest, between the Bristol City post. But he made a vital save from Archer towards the end of that first half.
He certainly did. I mean, City are back in the game and be thankful to get in at half-time level. But 1v1, and we said, I think he stands up because he's already been done once by Adam Armstrong. He's sort of been dinked, he's been chipped. Yeah. And I think he's made a conscious effort to stand big as possible, and it hits him on the shoulder, and that is a brilliant save.
I think if you see that, it's just going through. The first thing he does is take 2 backward steps. For the other goal, I think he just stepped forward and he wanted to close the space down. So, his pace coming forward allowed Armstrong to clip it open. But he does brilliant there by taking those 2 backward steps and then saying, OK, the onus is on you. What are you going to do? And Archer's then gone for pace.
And he makes the goal look small behind him. He's got his angles absolutely spot on.
Absolutely. So we went in at half-time 1-1. I think we're delighted that City were on level terms. And then Southampton started quickly again. Sichenza, who's the wide player, really good running with the ball. He looked like a really good dribbler. He had an opportunity where he hit the crossbar.
Yeah, I mean, he just comes in off the left, doesn't he? He cuts inside, he gets his head up, and it's a terrific strike. And I still can't see whether it got a nick off someone or Vitek seemed to lose the flight of the ball. He's going in the opposite direction, and we're all relieved for sure to see that bounce back off the crossbar.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he cuts inside. But I think the important thing is that Tanner gets down the line to him, and I think that's what you can't see. You've got Tanner, Dickey, and Atkinson all down the line of the ball. And that's why, VTech is hampered in terms of his
Probably.
vision.
I mean, it did move a little bit, and he probably took the flight that he sort of picked up early on, and then the ball moved in the air and it wrong-footed him. But, yeah, the crossbar saved us on that occasion.
Absolutely. And that was maybe the last thing they did in the second half, because then it became all about Scott Twine. City 2-1. Obviously, Sinclair Armstrong came on. And
he come on, and I still think in my mind, I've got in my mind that City changed the shape, and I've definitely seen a 5-3-2 and Scott Twine playing up alongside Sinclair Armstrong. I've seen that, and I think that they got the benefit of it's a brave substitution. Let's be honest.
Absolutely, and the two as you were playing up front, were involved in this goal, obviously, and Sinclair Armstrong. We're just saying he just needs a goal. We don't care how it goes in. And as we were saying that, we thought this was the moment, and it just hits the inside of the post. But Scott's reaction is brilliant, and his finish is even better.
Yeah, I mean, we did have a little giggle. You want that. We were all willing, Sinclair, to grab a goal, and we talked about him being a match winner. He's been a game changer, I think, on this occasion. Doesn't know much about it. It hits him on the arm. Saturday in the Premier League, that's going to get disallowed. Let's be fair. Yeah. A little stroke of luck in City's favour, but that is calm and composed from Scott Twine. You want him in that position. He knows what he's doing. Yeah. Keeper commits himself. Thanks very much.
Absolutely. But I know it's a little bit of luck, but I really did feel City deserved it, because they were the ones on the front foot. They were getting into really good areas of the pitch, and Southampton were just really just holding on at this time of the game.
Yeah, I thought they come out refreshed with a different attitude in the second half, and they really did make a conscious effort to take the game to Southampton, and we've seen on the night they've come out comfortable winners, 3-1. It's a brilliant 3 points.
It's brilliant. A brilliant 3-1, and let's look at the goal that made it comfortable, that 3-1 goal. And this was all about Scott Twine, his anticipation, his energy, and then the quality of the finish.
Well, let's say his position to start with, because he's higher up the pitch, so that position gives him the ability to intercept that pass. Again, I mean, we spoke about him. He's not blessed with terrific pace, but he's got a lot of space there to run into when check, see where the defenders are, head up, check the goalkeeper's position, and then an absolutely beautiful finish once again.
It is a beautiful finish, and his touch before his finish is the one that takes it away from the defender and just gives him time to execute the pass. I love this angle because you can see now, look at his face, he's looking around, he's scanning, seeing what he needs to do, and he knows now exactly what he's going to do. A couple of touches before he does it.
Look at the focus, you can see it in his eyes. There it is. Look, he's bearing down on goal. He's got the goalkeeper to beat. Can I beat the goalkeeper? Yes, I can.
Absolutely.
And a great golf swing as well, by the way.
I mean, it was a really good night for City in more ways than just the result. We talked about the impact of the subs, Sinclair Armstrong coming on. We really wanted him to get the goal, and it almost happened. Yeah, and it was through a way we thought it was going to happen, because when he gets the ball, gets his head down, and he just wants to run past people, almost run through people. That's sometimes that we feel the best way he can get on the score sheet.
Power past people. I mean, he's got all the attributes. He's athletic, and he's strong, and he's quick. And if he keeps doing this, he's going to score. He's direct, and he's thinking about trying to score a goal. He hasn't got a lot of space there. He can't go across the goalkeeper, I don't think. So he puts his toe through it, and he drills it, and he goes for the bottom corner. Keeper's got to make a save.
Absolutely, and it's a good save as well. The reason I said it was a perfect night because, you know, Aston Gate loves one of their own, and one of their own came on. This Leo Picova came on, 17 years old, made his debut, and I thought it was a really special moment. He's coming on for Scott to win. Look at the reaction of the crowd. Obviously, Scott gets a big hug from Gerhard, well deserved, but you know, City fans want to see young players introduced, and this was his debut, which will live with him for a very long time.
You'll never forget your debut, Leroy. I'm sure you'll remember that.
Yeah.
And what a moment, homegrown player, brilliant for the club, brilliant for the supporters, brilliant for the academy, and brilliant, most importantly, for him, because he sat there for a couple of weeks and he's probably thinking, am I really part of this squad? I'm sat here, but I've never been anywhere near it. All of a sudden, there he is. He's got the red shirt on. He's on the pitch. He's very much in amongst the action. And look at that. He's had a great night.
A brilliant night. One that will last him forever. It's amazing. You know, we've topped and tailed it with Lewis Carey, 30 years at the club. You play with him when he's made his debut.
Brilliant.
And we finished with Leo.
Brilliant. And he could be the future. Who knows how many games he's going to play for City now in a red shirt.
Absolutely. Absolutely brilliant. Gary, it's been a pleasure. Really
Thank
enjoyed
you for
your company
having us.
tonight. And really enjoyed your company as well. We're really looking forward to our next game against Birmingham on Saturday. So make sure you join us for that. But for now, from us here at Robbins TV Extra Time, it's goodbye.